Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Unondengwuchidembitha for those of you that are new here, and please do feel free to leave a comment down below because this is a judgment free space, and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share the video with a friend or two or three because sharing is caring and it's good for your soul. Today I'm super excited because it's our first story time on the channel, and I am going to tell you guys about how I met Nasty C. How I met Nasty C, because Nasty C is nasty, okay? Nasty C is very nasty. So I'm having a glass of water because, a glass of water because this story is going to make me thirsty. Ciao. But yeah, before I get into the story, I wanted to ask you guys, now how every YouTuber has like a name, a cute name for their subscribers. Some call them the what family, the what squad, the what gang. I was thinking about how I call us cousins so that when I come on here, I'll be like, take one. Hello cousins, welcome back to our something like that. You get the gist, talk. But yeah, do let me know what you think about that, and yeah, maybe we'll try it out, and then if it doesn't work, we'll try something new. Without rambling too much, let me get into the story. So it was 2016. I was in high school. I was doing my grade 10, and I was just chilling on my own, studying, being the academic child that I am, being the student or learner rather that my parents sent to school, minding my own business, and then I met this gent. Yeah, I wish I knew, but it is what it is. We are over it now, hence why we can share the story. So it was this faithful day. I was in grade 10 and Nasty C was in grade 12, so he was 2 grades ahead of me. And back then, the grade 10s and 12s were the extra what's the word? External, not extra, but external grades. So that only means that we write a national exam. It's nothing fancy really. We wrote a national exam. The paper that I wrote here in Opuo was the same paper that a learner in Karlsberg that was doing grade 12 or 10 then wrote. So they were external grades because our exams were national and they were marked at a national level. Okay, so with that being said, I was in the hostel, and with the grade 12s and 10s being the external grades, we had different study routines, if I may call them that. We had different dining halls. So the gist was that where you had your dining,
Not where you had your dining, the work.
But where you had your dinner is where you had your evening studies. So evening studies were like in the evening, like maybe around 7 there. Like the hostel routine looked a little bit like this. We'd wake up around 6 and then we'd have our breakfast. Would go to school. After school, it was afternoon studies for an hour, I think, and then it was extracurricular activities, netball, choir, scripture union. The naughty kids had to do their punishments, obviously, and then it was dinner at the hostel, and then it was evening studies around 7 p.m. ish, if I'm correct. So like I mentioned, the grade 12s and 10s had different dining halls. So it was this one faithful day. I had a cousin of mine that was in the same class with Nasty C. And I went to the grade 12's dining hall to get something from my cousin. I can't remember what it was, but I went to the dining hall and I was coming out of the dining hall now, going to pass by the big one where the grade 8s, 9s, and 11s had their evening studies, and then going to ours, because it was like the big one with the 3 grades was in the middle, and then there was the small one for us grade 10s, and then another small one on the side for the grade 12s. Yes, okay, sharp. I know I'm being dramatic with the water, but it is what it is. So now I'm leaving the grade 12's dining hall, going to ours, and then Nasty C with his other friend are approaching me. They are going into their dining hall, and I was a bit familiar with the friend. Nasty C and I have never spoken a word to each other till this point, till this very moment. We have never spoken, not even a how are you or what's up, nothing. We have never spoken. And I wish it stayed like that, but it didn't, obviously, because we are here now telling the story. So I was a bit familiar with Nestisi's friend, like we'd joke around, talk stories, and yeah. So I stopped automatically for the friend, to like greet him or maybe say something. And then obviously he spoke back and he was like, "Do you know this gent?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know him." Because obviously, he's my senior, guys. Like, I would know who he is. Like, not to say I knew everyone. I knew everyone in the grade 12, almost everyone in the grade 11s, everyone in our grade 10. So I knew who he was, obviously, because, I mean, he's in the same class as my cousin. And then I was like, "Yeah, that is Nesty C." And then I think I said his name incorrectly, and then he jumped in, Nesty C. Now, yeah, no, my name is what. I'm like, "Okay, sharp, nah, dude, like, it's whatever, ne?" And then, yeah, he greeted me, and we kept it pushing. So, like, that's the only conversation we had that entire year, the 2016 year. So we kept it pushing. I don't think we ever spoke again that year, unless if it was just like simple things. "How are you?" "I'm fine." And like, we kept it pushing then. So now it's the following year. Fast forward to 2017. I'm doing my grade 11, and he failed his grade 12. He was upgrading somewhere in the north. He was upgrading his points so that he can be able to go to varsity, ne? And I was in grade 11 at this point. And I remember this very well because it was in March, and that's when my little sister was born. My little sister was born in March. Oh, her birthday is actually approaching. So it was in March, and my mom had sent me to go buy her a kettle, amongst other things. That's how I remember very well. And I went to Spar to get these things. So I'm in Spar, pushing my trolley, minding my own business, as per usual, minding my business. And then I see Nesty C. Because remember, at this point, I'm familiar with the guy, like, after speaking to someone for the first time, you kind of start noticing them, because now you're conscious about them, okay? So I'm pushing my trolley, I'm in Spar, doing my own thing, and then this gent approaches me. He was looking nice, by the way. He wore like jean shorts, black Vans, and I think he had a blue hoodie or some other color hoodie, whatever. But he approached me, and I was like, "How are you?" He was trying to be cute and stuff, and I was like, "I'm fine, how are you?" "I'm fine, how are you?" And then he's like, "Yeah, no, why don't you text me or call me?" "How, Abudi? What do you mean? What do you mean, why don't I call you?" And I was like, "First of all, we are not friends. Second of all, I don't have your number. So please, Mr. Nesty C, can you tell me how and why I would contact you, And he was like, "Okay, then, so give me your number so that I can contact you." And I was like, "It's whatever, man. It's just a phone number." And I didn't think like he liked me, Now, bear in mind, Nesty is cute. He got the looks. Let's not lie, he got the looks, and he has the height, and I feel like he's a solid. Now that I know him, back then I would say he's a solid 10. But now that I know him, he's not a 10, bro. Because his manners are filthy, and he's very nasty. So I gave him my number, and that about me, guys, I will give my number because it's just a phone number. I can say no to not giving you I can say no, I won't give you my number right now, and then you can just literally go around the corner, because Opu is a very small town, and you can get my number. So I would rather give you my number than you getting it from someone else. So I gave him my number, and I think like he texted me the following day or maybe 2 days later, and then he was on some, "Yeah, no, I think I like you, but can you please come see me?" And I was like, "Okay, no problem." Because remember, guys, I'm single now. I'm a 17-year-old that's very single. And remember, when you're a teenager, your blood is boiling, if you know what I mean. Okay? So we met at this place that was close to our high school. And we like just started talking like for maybe an hour to two. And it was vibes, guys. It was chilled. It was cute. And I was enjoying myself as I was speaking to this gent. So you can imagine how I felt afterwards. I felt like, this
is my soulmate. He's the love of my life. He's going to be my future husband. We are going to have a family.
I was basically in Dilulu land, okay? I was in Dilulu land. So I went back home. It was really vibes. And then he was like while we were chilling, he was like, yeah, no, I like it. And I was like, can I go think about this so I give you my answer? And based off of what I was feeling afterwards, you can already tell that I was like, yeah, man, I would like to be your girlfriend to this gent. So officially, Nestasy and I started dating. Okay, so this was March 2017. We are dating, it's cool vibes. Like, he would come see me, and it was really nice, man. And I would like sneak out of the hostel to go text him, because remember, he's in the north upgrading his point. And it's a long distance thing there, so I would sneak out of the hostel to go text my man. Little did I know that this gent is not who he said he was, because I think a month or two or some time passed, and then he was like, can I ask you something? And I'm like, yeah, for sure, go ahead. And he's like, who's your boyfriend? He's like, I had asked you who your boyfriend is. And I'm like, but I thought me and you are like, are we not? And he's like, yes, we are a thing, but then I'm asking who your other boyfriend is. What do you mean my other boyfriend, sir? What do you mean my other boyfriend? Because remember, guys, I didn't know that women cheated. In 2017, I was 17 years old. I did not know women had multiple men. But right now, I know a bit better. But I didn't know that women cheated, guys. Honestly, I thought only men could like have more than one wife. That's what I knew. And I'm like, no, I don't have any other boyfriend. You are my only boyfriend. And then it was that situation of like, when somebody asks you a question and you can tell by either their sound or the look in their face, like that they want to be asked the same question. And I was like, who's your girlfriend then? And he's like, yeah, no, it's the only one that you know. And then for a second I was like, of course it's me, darling. And I was like, maybe not. And I'm like, can you tell me this person's name? Like, be straightforward and tell me the person's name. And then he mentioned some other girl's name, guys. And I was like, ew. So, like, if you had a girlfriend, then why would you propose me and say you want to be my man? And then, like, the 1 + 1 was 5. 1 + 1 was 5. The math was not mathing. And I was like, yeah, it's because I like you too, and what. And I was like, ish, okay, this is weird, but whatever. And then remember, I thought men could have more than one woman in their life. So we kept it pushing, but then after that conversation, I was like, I cannot just take men seriously, because for the mere fact that you have a girlfriend and then you ask me to be your girlfriend, that means it's giving toxic. It's giving some toxic shit, and I'm not for it, But then I didn't break up with him immediately. We continued pushing, but then I lost interest, honestly, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't know what I'm doing with this person, because I have a girlfriend. And the girlfriend was in the same grade as I was. She was doing her grade 12 at the same high school. And the thing is, I didn't feel bad, because she was also seeing other people. So I thought maybe they were in an open relationship or whatever. But then I was like, whatever, man, they're still together. Even though she's seeing other people and he's with me, they're still together. And I know now, and I cannot just, go for another ladies' man, So eventually we ended up breaking up for the first time. And I say for the first time because these stories are going to continue. It's going to be a series. It's going to be a series. We broke up for the first time around May, I think. So we dated from March, April, May. No, I think June, because it was a bit long. I think we broke up around June there. And we kept it pushing, because I was like, yeah, no, I cannot keep doing this anymore. And it was mainly the long distance thing, and him having another girlfriend, and me having to sneak out of the hostel to go communicate with him. It was just too much. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm sorry, but I don't think we can do this anymore. So that was 2017. We broke up in June after dating for like only 3 months. And then we got back together the following year. Yeah, but that's a story for another day. So guys, that's how I met Nesty C. I don't want the video to be long, that's why I'm cutting it short, but please stay tuned for like other stories and how we ended up breaking up for real. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and do leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and I'll see you guys in my next video.